everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going back to Crow and decided to make this classy oval earrings. They are very simple looking but very petite and they're just so classy. You can even wear it to work with a suit on, you know. So I think they're very pretty. Here I used some pearly white, but today we're gonna use lavender beads because you can see what I'm doing. So you will need some 11-0 Tohos, then you'll need some 15-0 Tohos, then you'll need your earring hook. Now I'm using this stud and loop, I think that's what it's called, to get that, you know, stud effect, because I didn't want to attach it to a big hook. I wanted to get this simple, classy look, so I attached this tiny, I think they're called stud and loop. So I will leave a link to a place where I bought them so you can check it out. Then you'll need needles. I'm using size 10. Then you'll need Nymo size D. I'm gonna be using gray with my colors, so it doesn't stick out too much. And then you'll need a sharp pick to start off crow, and you'll need scissors to cut the thread. So I would suggest to take about 2 yards. This one I did with 1.5 yards, and it was barely enough. I managed to do it, but I would have preferred to have longer because I want to reinforce that inner circle. So I'm gonna thread my needle with 2 yards and then we'll get to work. So I have all my ingredients ready. I have my lavender beads, my gold beads, my hook and loop, I don't know, stud and loop, I don't know how you call it. So we're just gonna start with crow. It's basically a circle of crow, and then with the way we embellish it with 15 turns it into an oval. I thought in the beginning just to call it oval shaped earrings, but I really like the shape and I'm figuring I'm gonna use it again in the future, so I decided to give it a name, oval space. Don't ask me what it means. I think I'm just running out of names. 10 months into my channel and I can't figure out names anymore. So we're gonna do a pair of this one now. We're gonna start with a sharp pick. That's how I start my crow. You can use your own way. I just think it this way it's easier for me to show what I'm doing. Out of camera, I don't usually use it, but on the camera, it's easier. So I'm gonna pick up 4 11-0s. I'm gonna drop it down and I'm gonna leave a short tail that I can just sew in later. It doesn't have to be long, like short, just enough to thread your needle and take through some beads and maybe make a knot. So I'm gonna make 2 overhand knots over these 4 beads, turning it into a circle. 1, 2. I'm just gonna pull it hard so it sticks on top of my sharp pick. That's what we need. And then I'm gonna take my needle. I think I need to zoom out a bit. I'm gonna take my needle through the first 11-0. I'm gonna pick up 3 11-0s, take it through the same bead my thread's coming out of. So basically there's 4 beads at the bottom. There will be a bottom of the cube, and that 3 beads we added is the first wall. Now I'm gonna take through the second bead of the floor, and here we're gonna build a second wall on top of this. I'm gonna pick up 2 11-0s, go down the side of the first wall and straight through the floor bead. That's the second wall. Now I'm gonna go through the third bead of the floor, and then we're gonna build third wall on top of this. I'm gonna pick up 2 11-0s, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Then I'm gonna go through the last bead of the floor, and then I'm gonna go up the side of the first wall. Then I'm gonna pick up 1 bead, Go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then you take your needle up through this bead here. And then all you do is connect the ceiling. See all those 4 beads at the top? They're wonky. You connect them between each other. And those 4 beads are gonna be the floor of the next cube we're gonna build on top of this. So we have our first crow unit ready. And from now on, it's very easy. See these 4 beads at the top? That's gonna be the floor of the next crow unit. So you just continue the same way you started. Pick up 3 11-ohs, go through the same bead my thread's coming out of. Then you go through the second floor bead. Oops, what happened there? Pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the first wall and straight through the floor. Go through the third bead of the floor. Pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. And now you go through the last floor bead, go up the side of the first wall, pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then you go up. Now here I can remove my pick. I have enough of crawl going on that I can hold on to. And now I have to remember to connect the ceiling. And now on top of this, see, we already have 2 crow units. I'm gonna show you 2 more times and then I'm gonna let you continue on your own because it's all repetitious. Every single crow builds the same way like the previous one. So I'm gonna pick up 3 11-ohs, go through the same bead my thread's coming out of, go through the second bead of the floor, pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Go through the third bead of the floor, pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor bead. Now you go through the last bead of the floor and up the side of the first wall. Pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Now you take your needle up and connect the ceiling. And we have 3 units ready. So I'm gonna show you 1 more time and then I'm gonna let you practice on your own. So you pick up 3 11-ohs, go through the same bead your thread's coming out of. Take your needle through the second bead of the floor, pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Go through the third bead of the floor, pick up 2 11-ohs, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then go through the last bead of the floor and straight up the side of the first wall. Then you pick up 1 bead, go down the side of the last wall and straight through the floor. Then you go up, and connect the ceiling. All those, see, the beads are like wonky. You need to connect them so you have a stable base for your next crawl. And now we have 4 crochet units. I want you to go ahead and continue until you have 19 in total. You have 4, make 15 more on top of this, and I'm gonna meet you back here, and then we're gonna turn it into an oval. So I have my 19 units ready, and now it's time to turn it into a circle. And by turning into a circle and connecting those ends between each other, we are sort of creating the 20th unit. So that's what happens when you connect crawl to each other. By connecting them, you create another unit. So that's why we have 19, and then when we connect them, we'll have the 20. So I'm just gonna lay it flat, making sure my thread here coming out of the top bead here. See, my thread's coming out of at the top bead here. And now I'm gonna connect it to this side. So I'm gonna pick up 1 bead. See, my thread's going up this way. I'm gonna make sure it comes down this way. And now I pull my thread, well, not too far, I'll just leave it here. So I'll see I added 1 bead there. I'm gonna pick up 1 bead. I'm coming down this way, I'm gonna go up this way. And then here, I can pull the thread. See, it looks like a right angle weave unit there. And then I'm gonna take my needle up this bead here. So basically when you are connecting, say this 4 beads and this 4 beads, you connect them between each other, each one at a time. So this one you connect to this. Now this one I'm gonna connect to this. So I'm gonna pick up 1 bead. My thread's going up. I'm gonna go down this way. And then pull the thread. And then I'm gonna go through that bottom bead. Then come up this bead here. And then here you want to make sure you pull your thread nice and tight. Just help it a bit to turn it into a right angle weave unit there. And now it's time to connect this bead to this bead here. So I'm just gonna hold down that tail. My thread's gonna go here. I'm gonna pick up 1 bead, then come back this bead here. Then pull the thread, go down this bead and back through this bead. And this side connected now. And now I have this side to connect, but I don't add any beads anymore because you already have 4 beads. All I have to do is just connect them between each other. Just gonna hold the tail down. Take my needle through here. Just connecting them between each other like we do when we connect the ceiling. And it's done. So I'm gonna take my thread here. Now, see, my thread is here. The tail, I don't want it to be getting on my way. So what I'm gonna do, see my circle? I'm just gonna twist it. And then now I end up with the tail on the outside. And then I'm just gonna take my needle down this bead. And then up this bead here. Hold that tail down. Here I'm gonna pick up 150 take my needle through the next 11 150 take my needle through the next 11 so that's 2. I add 7 in total. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 15 O's, and now I'm gonna go through 3 11 O's without adding anything. So see, in total I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 11 O's. And then I'm gonna pick up 15 O, go through the next 11 O. 15 O, go through the next 11 O. 15 O, go through the next. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's basically done. All I have to do is just reinforce it and bring my needle back here. So I'm just gonna go through all these 11 O's without adding anything. And just make my way around, pulling my thread nice and tight. Don't skip any 15 O's on the way. And now I made the full circle, reinforced it once. I have to go around to the other side and add the 15 O's here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go up this 11 O, go through this 11 O, go down this one, and then go this side 11 O. And now you have to mimic the same pattern on the other side. So I'm right there where I started adding 15 O's on the other side. So here I just start adding 15 O's. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I take my needle through 3 11 O's without adding anything. And start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I reinforce this circle, well, oval rather. Just go through all the beads. Don't skip any 15 O's on the way. And now here at the top, I want to come out right in the middle. leave two here, two here. So I just have to go through one more. And here I'm gonna take my needle through this 11 now, and then through that top 11 now. Hold down the tail. I'm gonna pick up 4 50-0s, my earring studs, and 4 50-0s. So I have 4 50-0s, the earring hook or studs, whatever you call it, and 4 50-0s. And then this top, see where I'm coming out of? I'm gonna come around that bead. And now that's there. I just have to reinforce it now. Just go through all those beads one more time. So that's reinforced once. I want to do it one more time, just to be on the safe side. Pull your thread nice and tight here. And now it's ready. All I have to do is get rid of both tails now. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna go back downwards. And I'm gonna keep going round and round, reinforcing it. Or until you can, because there is so many times you can go through 50-0s. I've been already twice, so probably 3 times is all right. That's already 4 times round through those 50-0s, so it gets quite tight, but still managing. Then here, I can go ahead, remove my needle, and cut the thread at the very base. Now with that tail, I reinforced this side. Now I'm gonna make sure I take this tail to the other side. So I'm gonna thread my needle first. And now I'm gonna take my needle to the other side. And reinforce this circle until I ran out of thread, which I don't really have a long one. This is our initial tail. And I don't really have to make knots, because we started off with 2 knots. That's pretty enough, as long as you take away that tail from the knots, so that way it will never come undone. And I think it's enough. I'm gonna cut the thread at the very base. And here I have my gorgeous pair of earrings. So here's this one. I'm gonna leave the codes of the beads if you fancy the colors. I really like this one. Fancy. And then look at this one. I don't usually wear my beaded earrings because I think, you know, I love adding blings and stuff, but I don't wear them, so I'm just keeping them to sell on my Etsy once I open it. But I think these ones I'm gonna keep for myself. They're perfect to wear in the office. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you like my new earrings. I'm really in love with them, and I really like this oval shape, so I will use this in the future. Maybe make a bracelet or something, you know, add some fancy stones to it or something. We'll figure it out. But for now, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Feel free to share the video with your friends or other beaders you know. And stay tuned. There's lots more coming up. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.